Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, Sink Pissers. Josh and the Clearing Waivers Podcast coming at you with another Christmas episode. If you didn't catch last year's, it was another jolly good time. My belly was jiggling around like a bowl full of jelly on most of the night. But here we are in 2020 Christmas episode. We are happy that you joined us once again. We've got the usual crew, the four of us, but then we've also brought it home because it's the holiday season. We've got to have a homecoming. Adam Sommer is with us from the Heartland Pod, formerly of the Clearing Waivers Pod, and guest host that we've had a couple times. Thanks for coming on with us, Adam.
Hey, thanks for having me back, guys. Good to be home for the holidays.
That's right.
Always a good thing.
I can't wait to be your mom, who is very happy to see you and just gets emotional whenever you sneeze or something that reminds me of your childhood.
Literally every sneeze.
Every sneeze.
There's a story.
We appreciate you coming on again. Shout out to the Heartland Pod, doing some great stuff there. If you're interested in political affiliations, or not even really affiliations, but just issues, go check out the Heartland Pod. Had some really, really good episodes. I mean, we've had the presidential election, so you might think you're checked out and you don't have anything to think about anymore. Nay. The Heartland Pod's got you covered on what you should be paying attention to. They just did a fun Mount Rushmore of 2020 news stories that was super entertaining. It was both very bittersweet to revisit some of those news stories, but yeah, go check out the Heartland Pod after this. Go give them a follow on Twitter and subscribe to their awesome podcast. Zach and Sean do great stuff as well on there. So
thanks, man.
We appreciate you coming on again. But yeah, we're going to get into it here. We've got one quick sports to clear the waivers on, and that would be the Chiefs beating the Saints. And then we're going to get into some heavy shenanigans. Not heavy, but it's a heavy shenanigan-heavy episode. So
Christmas
we've got
heavy.
a Christmas heavy. Everything's a little bit Christmas themed. So it's my favorite time of year. I very much enjoyed putting these games together. So we're going to get to that as well. But let's start in with clearing the waivers.
We're clearing the waivers.
Like I said, Chiefs beat the Saints 32-29 in New Orleans on Sunday afternoon, moved to 13-1 on the year. Kind of takes the pressure off these remaining two games. I think that Chargers game is still very much very, very important. But after that awesome shout out to Kitty's Bengals on Monday Night Football.
All right. Look at those boys go.
Little Ryan Finley leading the way. Or should I say Gio Bernard?
Joe Burrow who? Ryan.
But first, the Chiefs took care of business in New Orleans, moving to 13-1. Pressure off the Falcons game, which could be a sneaky one, but really tough win, hard fought. The Saints kind of came out before the game saying it was going to be a street fight, carrying bats or something. They're basically just going to try to hit as many people as hard as they can always, which is apparently different than any other NFL game. But they certainly blew it out there, and it was a very, very hard fought game. I think this is one of those few games where I think I've mentioned it before, but like if Patrick Mahomes is not the quarterback, then the Chiefs lose this game 98% of the time at this point. I think that was the week 2 Chargers, the week 9 Panthers game, the Raiders game at Kansas City, and then the Bucs game. I think were all games like that. So I think if Patrick Mahomes is not at the helm of this, and it's maybe like Alex Smith, I think the Chiefs are probably staring at maybe a 9-7 record at the end of this. But Brian, where were you?
9-7
minus Patrick Mahomes. I'm just telling you that these were the kind of games that Patrick Mahomes goes out and wins despite what's going on around him. I'm telling you.
Oh my God! I mean,
Patrick Mahomes is a superstar, but he's a difference maker as well.
9-7 though. Come on, man. I mean, you could give him maybe a couple extra losses, maybe, but my God, I mean, it's been, they've got talent on this team on both sides of the ball. And I think what stuck out to me the most was coming into the game, Eric Bieniemy coming in says, this is going to be the toughest defense we played all year. And at the time I'm like, we've played some pretty good defenses. Is he just doing coach talk here? Are we just hearing this like typical, whatever the game you have that week is the toughest one you have all year? But in that first quarter, I mean, the Saints defense made the Chiefs earn every yard. They were in their faces. They covered well. The pressure got to him because he couldn't find an open guy early on in the snaps. And, I mean, they made it look tough. And I think it was a difference The defensive look we got was similar to what we saw in Buffalo game, where they had 2 deep safeties on the top and saying, you're not going to beat us deep. But instead of just saying, okay, we'll just run the ball, we'll run up your throat the whole time, I feel like Andy was like, okay, it's time for you guys in the passing game to show that you can beat this look, and then teams in the playoffs can't just run this look and just take the ball out of Mahomes' hands. You guys go beat your guys as hard as it may be. You got to beat your guy in the passing game, and we got to stick to our game plan and not let them dictate what we want to do. So I thought it was telling that the enemy called that this is going to be a tough defense play, and they played their asses off and really challenged Chiefs. I think they kind of loosened them up there in the second half, and things got a little bit easier as far as getting chunk plays that you typically see. But at the beginning of the game, I mean, they were covering our guys really well and getting pressure on Mahomes. They got a lot of hits on Mahomes in that game, which you don't like to see. But I was impressed with their defense. Their defense impressed me way more than their offense. I told you guys that offense didn't scare me in the least. I know they came back and made it close to the end, but there was never really a time where they scared me at all. And Breeze, he hit the long one over the top the one time. First time all year, I think he's hit a ball that deep, but you just basically just don't have to respect his arm past 20 yards anymore. And he kind of makes the game plan a lot easier. It definitely helps that Michael Thomas didn't play.
Yes.
But at the same time, I felt coming away from that game, I was much more impressed with that Saints defense than I was the offense.
Yeah. I think coming in, they were they number 1 in defensive DVOA. They get bumped down just to 2 after that Philly loss. I think that was the case, but yeah, very, very tough defense. Probably one of the toughest ones they're going to see. And it doesn't really seem like they have a superstar. I mean, they've got the cornerback, Lattimore is very, very good. And that D end, that
Cam Jordan. Yeah.
Yep.
The Cam Jordan, but the other one, the white dude that looks like he's a pastor. He reminds me of a pastor for some reason. He just ate Eric Fisher's lunch all day long. Fredrickson, I think is his name.
Yeah. And Fisher had a bad back. I mean, we got to put that in there.
Yeah.
Somebody speculated that he was maybe around 50%.
It was getting abused, and it got to the point where you wondered if they just wouldn't pull him out and throw whoever else in there and try it out. I mean,
was that Durant? I think was the only.
Durant was already out there playing for an injury, and so I mean, yeah, they were kind of scrambling there, and he was getting abused left and right, and they kind of had to adapt because of that. But you definitely like to see him get healthy because that was not a good sign because that guy's not a guy that usually scares many teams, I don't think, and so. And now they're talking like Schwartz is no guarantee to come back for the playoffs, and that's kind of a scary thing to think about. But I think the other thing that kind of stuck out to me was L'Jarius Sneed had kind of a coming out game. He's been playing well all year. Our guy Craig Stout told us this guy was a stud, and he predicted that, when Breland came back that Sneed was going to have his job. They're both playing right now, which is nice. And then you add to the fact that they activated DeAndre Baker, a former first-round pick. And that guy's got great potential, obviously. He didn't realize it with the New York Giants, and he kind of sucked there. But they've got him up. They've got actual depth in a place where I think people that pay attention to the Chiefs worried about all last year was the corners stink. There's nobody out in the corner. Our cornerbacks are not good enough to win a Super Bowl. Well, they won a Super Bowl with those guys, and now you add L'Jarius Sneed and DeAndre Baker to that group. And I think that's an exciting thing to think about as the defense is getting stronger, I think, as the years are coming to an end.
Yeah. I think definitely Baker's potentially, hopefully going to have a big deal, especially if Charvarius Ward is not as good as people kind of thought he was going to be coming into the year. Right. I think that was kind of why that's why Stout was kind of thinking that Breland was going to lose his job because they thought Charvarius was, a lock to be one of those corners. But with him kind of being questionable quite a bit and making plays, but then making just terrible mistakes at the same time. Yeah, I think that's Baker is definitely a welcome activation off that practice squad. The standout to me was the offensive line. We've talked about it multiple times that they are an issue, and I've kind of had come to this realization that they are both an issue and they are a non-issue. Like we've talked about before, Patrick got hit all day today, or all day that game. He got actually sacked 3 times, hit 8 times, and the Saints had a 39.5% pressure rate, which is the highest that the Chiefs have given up this season, which still seems low. It seemed like the second half, especially, The Saints were always had Patrick on the run, but the Chiefs still put up 400 yards. They still put up 32 points. They still won that game despite this. So in the short term, I think that they can still do what they need to do with this offensive line, this makeshift offensive line. But in the long term, it's going to be a problem. So that's why I say this is both an issue and an issue. I think from here on out, they need to spend at least one draft pick between the first 4 rounds on an O lineman and just keep adding depth, add depth. We've seen that Andy Reid knows how to draft offensive linemen semi-late, not necessarily investing a ton of draft capital in that position, but you get Lucas Niang back next year. And then potentially if you use a higher draft pick on an offensive line, especially a tackle, I've heard that is somewhat deep this draft again. So I would like to see them move forward with at least investing one high-ish draft pick, day 1, day 2 draft pick on an offensive lineman every year for the rest of Pat's career.
Yeah, I'm totally on board with that. Make it look like Aaron Rodgers' line right now, which he seems like he has all day back there to throw. Granted, he doesn't have any weapons.
He has one superstar weapon, and that's all he needs is enough time and that weapon, and he's good to go. But I would like to see a little bit of depth. Speaking of depth, there was a big injury late in this game. Clyde Edwards-Helaire went down with a hip sprain and an high ankle sprain. Both of those injuries are expected to end his season, but not necessarily his playoffs, as they were hopeful that he does come back for the playoffs. You would think that Le'Veon Bell's stock continues to rise in fantasy, hint, hint, but he was also a little bit nicked up 2 different times in that game. I think he came up a little tender in the first half, and then especially in the second half. But Brian, where are you at on this Clyde Edwards-Helaire injury?
Well, it's kind of scary, but luckily they have a ton of other weapons, and thanks to Kitty's Bengals, we don't have as much pressure to win.
That's right.
Even one of the last 2 games anymore to lock up that 1 seed. And we've talked before that I'm not really that concerned. Even if they weren't to lock up the 1 seed, I think they can accomplish everything they can if they do or don't get the 1 seed. So I'm not that scared about it long term. I hate to lose Clyde. He's one of my favorite guys to watch when he gets the ball in his hands, but I think they can survive it. They got the Falcons and the Chargers left out. And I mean, we might see a little. Is Darwin Thompson going to be a player now? I know we're going to get more Darrell Williams. I like Darrell Williams. I think people are kind of sleeping on him a little bit. I really like it when he plays. But maybe we finally see a little Darwin Thompson action. That's your guy.
I was very high on Darwin Thompson. He did have some costly fumbles early in the year, so he's got to get out of the doghouse, I think, before he sees any big action. But Brian, you did mention it going into Atlanta. Atlanta is 4-10 after blowing yet another lead, this time to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This shouldn't be that big of an issue for the Chiefs, but I think that offense can, you know me, very, very big believer in this. And so I think that the Falcons could be pretty wily, especially if Julio comes back, and we'll maybe see a barn burn a little bit, but they're not a Super Bowl caliber team. What's your preview on this look like?
On the Atlanta game?
Yeah.
I mean, just get the win. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Atlanta was your sleeper team coming into this year. They've done nothing.
Very well
but
could be 9-7. I mean, that's my number tonight. Apparently,
they've been nothing but disappointment all year. I don't think it's going to take anywhere near the Chiefs A game to come out with a victory in this. But they're not going to hold players out that are, they're not going to try to coast to the playoffs right now. So,
right.
I mean, as long as you don't have just a major letdown, I don't see any issues with this game.
Well, here's the issue. There are 20 here. Okay.
All right.
One of the sides of the ball is 22nd in DVOA, and the other side is 11th in DVOA. Which ones do you guys think that would be? Because the offense is 22nd in the National Football League in offensive DVOA efficiency. The defense is actually pretty stout. 11th in defensive DVOA, the 9th highest hurry percent. And guess where the Chiefs are having trouble in? Protecting a quarterback. They also give up 6.1 yards per play, which is the second highest in the NFL. So there's going to be some yards ran off.
I mean, are they having a problem with the Josh?
I'm just trying to respect our foes, Brian. Just trying to respect win the game in front of us and move forward after that. We're not looking to the Chargers just yet.
They're not coming to this podcast to get bulletin board material.
Not this one. No.
Not this
Nope.
podcast.
Not this one.
Nope.
Does anybody else have anything on the Chiefs and Saints this week?
I since I'm home for the holidays,
get in here.
I would like to point out that I think I said weeks ago that Drew Brees is done, and he looked pretty done in that game. And in fact, there was one point where Breeland broke up an interception that Sorensen had in his hands, and then Breeland straight up dropped one that Brees 2 years ago throws over his head because he got burned by the receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, burned, but Brees underthrows a 35-yard route.
Yeah.
And Breeland drops that interception as well. So that was proof positive to me. And, as far as that Saints team goes, I'm not saying we're going to hear their name again later in Best Bets, but they looked awfully good on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, the Chiefs scoring 32 points is like, wake me up when the game's over. If they're getting 32, okay.
Yeah.
It's another Chiefs game at that point.
It's in the bag, baby.
That's what they do. 31 points or higher, game over, Chiefs win.
Yeah.
And the Saints, to me, the Saints, they knew the Chiefs needed to win that game. They wanted to win that game. The Saints had to win that game.
Yeah, it was a must.
Absolutely had to win that game. They're not going to get home field. They're not going to get the first round bye, and they need it super bad. And it's not going to happen. So that was kind of their Super Bowl in a way. And they, that was a kitchen sink game for them. And for us, for Chiefs, it wasn't. It just wasn't.
Yeah, I think that's there's credit to that for sure. I do think that's a Super Bowl caliber team once Michael Thomas is back, Alvin Kamara, because it seemed like Spagnuolo made the defense concentrate on eliminating Alvin Kamara. Yeah. I think Craig Stout on Twitter was the one pointed out that the Chiefs were sending DNs to chip Kamara regularly.
Yeah.
If they saw him floating out to the flats, Frank Clark was giving him at least a punch.
It was weird to see a defense play Drew Brees by saying, you know what, Drew? Throw the ball all over the yard.
Wing it. Yep.
if you think you can beat us with your arm, by God, go ahead.
And we're going
to take away the run game.
One time he did catch him a little bit off guard. It did seem like Tyrann Mathieu was cheating a little bit up and got burnt. He burnt toast on that long one. But it's getting tougher to see the line between washed Drew Brees and rusty Drew Brees because he has been out for 5-6 weeks. He had rib bones in his lungs at some point.
I mean, I tweaked my foot about the same time that Drew Brees, broke all of his ribs, and my foot still hurts. So
100%. Yep,
11 ribs.
11. Was it 11?
I don't know how many ribs you have, but that seems like a lot of ribs.
That seems like a lot of ribs. That's a full rack, if you ask me.
99.
Yeah, I think there's a decent chance that we see potentially New Orleans in the Super Bowl, regardless if the Chiefs get there or not. I think the Saints got a pretty damn good shot at it. And really, I think it's just as good as the Packers' chance at this point. I don't know what the Vegas odds were, but I would expect them to be a little bit less than Green Bay, but I think that's pretty decent value if you can get that right now.
Yeah,
but we'll see. I am happy that the Chiefs did pull out the victory. It does, like I said, take off the pressure of that Atlanta game, and then they can hopefully go in there and take care of business in Atlanta and be done with it. But let's move on. We've got lots of shenanigans to get to, and we got to start with the Family Feud style, the DFA. This wakes up our other co-hosts for the night. Huh?
It's time to play DFA.
Sommer sultry tones.
What an asshole singing that.
Much appreciated on that, but it was I always like that. I need that as like my alarm clock in the morning. Get the blood flowing.
It is alarming. It is alarming.
So we're gonna do Family Feud style. We've only done this kind of heads up with Brian and Kitty, but since we've got the numbers tonight, we're gonna do this on pairs, and I've paired up. Actually, I said that Google's random number generator has got Kitty and Rance on the team and Brian and Sommer on the team. And since you guys are lined up like this on my computer screen anyways, I'm going to have Brian and Rance lead us off in the showdown on this first category. Ooh. So like we said last time, you think you know an answer. You're going to try to give me the top answer that you know. Say your name so that I know who's ringing in first. And we'll go from there. Ready?
Yep.
Rance?
Yeah.
Are you ready, Rance?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
You want me to play that?
He sounds ready.
I'm ready.
Sounds
I'm
super
ready.
Get him a
You got
marker, guys.
You got an expo marker somewhere? Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay. So this first category is, according to iTunes charts, iTunes, what are the top 6 Christmas movies in 2020?
In 2020?
Yeah.
Like just this year?
Most purchased or rented movies of 2020. Christmas movies.
Brian,
Wow.
Go
give me Christmas Vacation.
is the number one answer. Well done.
Oh,
Summer, you want to play this or pass?
You want to play or pass?
Sorry,
let's play.
Kitty.
Let's play.
boy.
All right,
wanna
let's play.
I like
You
it.
said
Okay.
top 6?
Top 6. We got Christmas Vacation off the board. Summer, you got another one to throw out?
100 people surveyed. I mean, Elf. Elf is a gimme, right?
Elf, not on here.
Oh.
That is a option, my friend. I was shocked.
Wow.
I think that there's like 4 TV channels that you can watch Elf on.
Yeah.
I think if you have any kind of on demand, you've probably got Elf on the DVR or something.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, but who doesn't have Christmas Vacation?
Yep.
I mean,
AMC is the only one that streams that, right?
Shoot, I'm old enough. I got Christmas Vacation on the DVD.
Oh,
you
I do
know?
too. Yep.
Might have had the VHS.
Brian.
around.
How about A Christmas Story?
A Christmas Story is number 3. Yep.
All right.
Well done.
Nice. Nice.
Back to Summer.
Boy, that really. Okay, let's go with the number one movie of all time for a while. Home Alone.
Home Alone is correct. That was the number 1 movie for a while.
For like
Blew
a
my
year or
mind.
so. Good documentary.
Yep. Is that the movies that made us?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
did watch that. Yep. Brian, back to you. 3 more.
What's that crappy old black and white one that everyone loves? It's a Wonderful Life.
Well, that's a good guess. That's not on here. Second
Oh.
option. But that was a
Everyone
good
loves it
guess.
though, right?
Everyone. I mean,
Do they?
people have. I've seen many a list say that it is the number 1 Christmas.
Oh
movie.
yeah.
Wild. Not even close.
Dumb.
I've never seen it.
God.
Summer.
You know,
Final
ring
option
out.
before we have the moment of truth.
So there's one that's sort of out of the box, but it's not out of the box. I feel like everybody agrees it's a Christmas movie now.
You gonna do it?
I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
Give me Die Hard.
That is the happiest option I've ever issued in my life.
Oh no.
Die Hard, not on here.
If Home Alone's a Christmas movie, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. That's all I'm saying.
So the way I've got this set up, each one of these correct answers is worth 2 points. And
Do we get a chance?
Yes. Yep.
Just
So
hang on.
There's 6 points to play with right here.
Now he's
Play
really
4.
ready.
Kitty and Rance get a chance to steal. There's
Do we
3
have
more
3
left.
strikes or just 2?
That
Yeah,
was
3.
3.
That was 3.
Son of a bitch.
So Kitty and Rance, you guys can team up and talk it out if you'd like, but I need an answer.
First thing I wrote down, Rance, was Santa Claus.
I wrote down Grinch.
Ooh. Yeah, family one. Let's go. I think that one's better. Family.
Which does
I
he
need
have to
you-
specify?
I
Version?
need you to specify.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
What we going? Yeah, like is it the
There's
old cartoon?
3 versions of it now.
The Jim Carrey one.
They just made one with old Bendy Dick
Just-
Cumberbatch.
Another new cartoon. So there's
Shit.
2 cartoons and there's a live action. They're
Gotta
pretty
really
awesome.
specify, huh?
You invite the lawyer on the podcast, man.
I mean, the original Santa Claus with Tim Allen in it that's a good one. But I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, I would say the Jim Carrey one, but I don't. I mean,
I was leaning that one too. I don't
okay,
think the old cartoon's gonna get put up that much. Little
No.
kids don't stand for shit from the 70s.
right. You want to go with the Grinch with Jim Carrey?
Yeah, I think that's a good answer.
Okay, Josh.
That is a good answer. It is
Not on the
right
list.
answer. It was.
Right.
You were looking for the original OG Grinch from
Oh, no.
1967.
Yeah.
Of
Oh my
course.
goodness.
My
That was
kids love
number
that stuff, man.
5. Number
Ugh.
2 is somehow the Polar Express.
No, that makes sense. That
I
makes
didn't
sense.
even have that on my
Yeah.
list.
Yeah, I got a
didn't write that
5-year-old
one
boy,
down.
man. That makes a lot of sense.
And if I recall, he does dig him some trains.
Yeah, and there, 100% chance I would pay $9.99. Not even a question.
The number 6 is Scrooged with Bill Murray. Only seen that
wow.
one time.
No chance I'm getting that.
I did not
No.
think that there was a market for Scrooged, but
That's
here we
wild.
are. So Brian and Sommer jump out to a 6-point lead.
Can't believe we
Huge.
got the wrong stupid wrong
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Screw you, Grinch.
Yeah. I can't believe. I mean, do they have to specify on Family Feud? I've never asked it. I've never seen that specify
they
which
are-
version. It's
They're
bullshit.
very loose with the answers on Family Feud.
See, they're
You can
both
say
they're
feet
both
and they'll
sides
give
of
you
the sword.
hands.
Yes. Yep.
Feet are up. Hands are up there. All right, good
They're
answer.
appendage. Yeah.
That's what the SNL one is so funny. Yeah.
Yep.
But Kitty, the Kaisers are going to do whatever they can do to hose
agree.
me. That's
I
what they
agree.
like to do. Whatever they can do to stick it to me, they will.
Got a real agenda on this podcast.
I mean, it's not true.
You're playing 3 against 2 here.
It's true. With one hand tied behind your back.
I've been texting Josh all day about how we
That's
were going
right.
to do this.
Yep. These are planted. Just make sure you miss, and they're not going to get the
Yeah.
Grinch. I mean, who's going to know? Who's going to
No
guess
way.
the Grinch?
No way.
I need the next showdown of Kitty and Summer to get you ready. Get your buzzer hands ready. We're going back to iTunes once again. The top 5 Christmas songs streamed in 2020.
Adam. Oh,
Go.
All I Want for Christmas, Mariah Carey.
That is number 1. Correct.
Ah, dang it.
You want to play or pass?
Brian? You're not a
Whatever.
Christmas music guy, right?
I'm not a huge Christmas guy, but we can figure it out.
We might. as
Do
well
we
do it,
have
yeah.
to say the artist too?
So this is, I was going to say, Rance is going to love this twist.
Because I
I'm
set a
gonna
hell of a
say-
precedent.
Yeah,
right
now
there.
it's just whatever freaking damn. You can probably name the artist or song and they'll give it
Yes.
to anybody.
Yep.
Just hum a
That's the-
couple of
that's
bars.
New one. I was going to
I
say,
think-
you can just give me the title of the song. It doesn't matter who is singing it. I'm going to say that.
Okay.
All right.
So does that change your play or pass at all?
No, I think we still just play it. Are we allowed to talk during this?
Not when it's just you two.
Okay,
Right.
That's what I thought.
But we can discuss whether we want to play it or pass.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I'll
if
let
you
you
want to,
decide because you've got to pick next. So if you feel like you got one on deck, let's play. If not,
I mean, I can just throw out names. Let's just play it.
Playing. Okay, Brian.
Let's go with Silver Bells.
That's an interesting first guess. That is not it.
That's
So
one of the
that's one.
classics.
That's one.
it's a classic.
That is. It is a classic. I will give it to you, but it is not at all. It has to be reinvented, I think, at this point, and it's not.
That's disappointing.
Summer.
Man, give me the Charlie Brown Christmas song.
That is option number 2.
Oh,
I feel like
tough.
people just play that one. It's just a good song.
Down to your last option, Brian.
well, this is disappointing.
Need a poll one.
A pole one?
You need yeah, it's a North Pole one.
You need to pull an answer out of your ass. I think is what he's going with.
I mean, the number 1 Christmas song ever is Jingle Bells, right?
It is. Yep.
But I don't know if anybody's redoing Jingle Bells.
Miley Cyrus, maybe. I don't know.
Is that your answer?
and it's hot now too.
Let's go with Jingle Bells.
That is incorrect. All right.
Well, we got
Yeah.
one.
We've got
Yeah.
one.
Got one.
They
So
still got to
there's-
get one.
4
Yeah.
points up
Got
for
us.
grabs here.
Chance to steal here.
Stealing. 4 left.
So
What do you got?
I
fellas?
don't know the title of the song, Rance, but I
Oh
know
hell. Okay.
maybe you do. Maybe you've heard it recently.
Can you give
but
me any
there's-
lyrics?
It's a Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga have a duet. I don't know the name of it, but I'm pretty sure that's got to be up. It's pretty recent. I think it's probably got to be up there, but I just have no freaking clue what it is.
Is it like a song that they've made up themselves,
I think
or
it
is
might
it
be.
like an...
I think it's probably I don't listen to Christmas music either. I'm like, guys.
Me neither, buddy. And then you're just throwing out Gaga and Tony Bennett like I
was
got
just
a
saying
freaking clue.
Maybe you knew. I don't know.
They
How
sat
about
down at a
this?
coffee shop together and banged out a song.
How about
What about like White
Rance-
Christmas
Rance is a
or
known
Yeah.
monster.
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
That was the number one.
That was
Okay, what was that Christmas song that Wham sang? What was that Christmas song that?
I was gonna say Hippopotamus.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
It's called Last Christmas. I think White Christmas is pretty good though.
I like either one of those.
All right, I'll let you go with this one since I picked the wrong.
No,
Grinch.
I gave you the Grinch one and then we blew it. So I'm gonna let you choose.
No, stay on the Tony Bennett train.
What about that? Also, there's that Little Drummer Boy by David Bowie and Bing Crosby.
Oh God.
I feel like there's got to be something in there. I feel like there's got to be something in there by Bublé. Isn't that all he does now? Is
I'm
just
sure
croon Christmas songs?
He probably releases an album every year for get these old 45-year-old divorcee women just sipping their wine all night.
And me. I love
And
Bublé.
Josh
Yeah, I love
buying a new album every year. He changes 2 lyrics. New album.
He ain't singing Silver Bells, apparently.
I bet he does the Silver Bells.
He probably does.
I bet he kills it.
No one wants it, I guess.
All right, what we got? White Christmas or Last Christmas?
There's so many. I mean, I just heard that the Wham song comes to mind because I've heard it on the radio a few different times, and I don't.
Right.
It's George Michael. I don't know.
My favorite Christmas songs.
It's a good one. Last Christmas. Was Baby It's Cold Outside? Is that a Christmas song?
Is Josh saying that to try to throw us off because he knows
Throw us
I
some
don't
sneaky
know?
cheese.
He's trying to lead us down the
trust
wrong
him at all. I don't
Let's
trust
go
him one bit.
Let's go White Christmas.
Okay.
I'm
White
dreaming
Christmas.
of a white Christmas.
Yeah.
Not on here.
Good gravy. Woo.
We are
Lady
so
Gaga,
stupid.
Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett saying Silver Bells.
What?
No, that's not true.
Jesus, I hate you, Jag.
Number 2.
We suck, Kitty.
Number 2 was Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee.
Oh, the Brenda Lee one from Home Alone. Yeah, there you go.
Number 3 was Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Helms.
Well, that's a
Sure.
good song too. Yeah.
Number 4 was, I got a bone to pick. Hallelujah is not a
It's
Christmas
not a Christmas song, but the
Not a
Pentatonics-
Christmas song.
Pentatonics Hallelujah. That's the number 4 one, isn't it?
It is, no. Apparently Carrie Underwood and John Legend also have
yeah,
now covered
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
it's not a Christmas song.
It's not a Christmas song, but it's apparently on the charts and is on a bunch of Christmas albums, so whatever.
It's a song
Well,
about the human condition.
Number
should just
5, Michael
forward,
Bublé's It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas.
Oh, of course that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I knew Bublé was on there, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't know
Bublé
what
on there.
song. I mean, he
Yeah.
sings
Yeah,
them
me
all.
either. Me either.
Yep.
What's number 6?
There's
It's
no
4's
6. There's his top 5.
But why wouldn't if you hated 4 so much? Should have just gone skip 4 on
Should've just
entirely.
You clearly don't listen to Christmas music because there are only 5 Christmas songs. That's how
Congratulations, it was I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas.
I thought it was going to be Adam Sandler.
Hanukkah
Hanukkah
song.
Damn. We
That's
can't do nothing.
The good news is that there's only 10 points to make up here, and we are on to the final round, which is the big money round.
Let's go.
This is going to be Rance and Brian on the showdown again. This is going to be top 4 Christmas Day wins by an NBA franchise.
France,
Go
Lakers.
is the number 1 answer at 23 wins. Well done. And these are going to count for the actual number of wins.
Oh,
So that was worth 23 points. They are
Zowie
shockingly
bowie.
23-23 in the lifetime of Christmas Day games for them.
So the first
All right.
2 rounds meant basically nothing.
So do you
Correct.
guys want? Yes. Yep.
What was the
If
how
you
many
guys had
teams?
gotten better, it would make more sense. But
Sure.
just couldn't
What
do
was
it this
the
time. The top 4 Christmas Day wins by NBA franchises. You guys want to play or pass?
might as well just play this one, I think.
I think so. I think we could do okay.
Okay, you got 3 more to go. They are the bottom 3. Kitty, what do you got?
I'm gonna go Celtics.
Celtics not on this list. There's your first option.
Goodness gracious.
Rance.
Well, what about the
Say it.
trying to what
Say it. I know what you're saying.
what
I don't want to say anything now.
what am I saying there, smart mouth?
What do you think? What do you got there, bud?
Smart man.
Shit. I mean, he threw off my train of thought.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
sure.
Let's say I was going to say the Knicks.
That's what I thought you were going
Let's
to
see.
say.
Yep.
Okay. Are you going with that?
I'm going with the Knicks. They
Knicks are
used to be
number
good.
2 at 22 wins, just under the Lakers. A career 22-31 on Christmas Day. 2 more. Kitty.
Come on, Kitty.
All right, let's see. I'm trying to think of. Let's just go with go Chicago Bulls.
I like
Bulls
that. I
not
would've-
on here. Good guess, not
Golly.
on here, though.
Can't believe the Celtics weren't on there. That is
Me
frustrating.
neither.
Down to the final option. They might be in there a bunch, but they just don't win, apparently.
Guess not. Would have thought Larry Bird and company would have racked up quite a few W's on Christmas Day.
They had the big 3 for a while.
Bet they played the Lakers on Christmas Day a lot.
Hmm.
I'm going to say
They must have.
this team was good for a long time. I'm going to say the Spurs.
Not on this list either.
Wow.
Another good guess, though.
Yeah, I mean, a team that wins 50 games 15 years in a row, you'd think they've got a few Christmas Day wins.
So this is for all the marbles here. Brian and Sommer have a chance to steal all the points and just sweep this game completely.
So, Brian, I was just looking at an article today that was Christmas Day uniforms. It was
Okay.
like sweetest Christmas Day uniforms. The Heat. Dwayne Wade, his stretch, then the LeBron James Heat. They played a lot on Christmas Day.
Now they got the Vice City uniforms that are fire.
They're one of those teams that's had a superstar for, they had Zoe, they had Wade, all that stuff.
I like Zoe was the first name. That's my guy right
Oh,
there.
he was a superstar, baby.
I love Zoe.
I love Zoe, yeah.
I mean, I think, that might be a sleeper on this because, typically you think large markets for Christmas Day,
Superstars in big markets. yeah.
superstars, that, like you said, they've had superstars for a while and they've been
Right.
entertaining for a while.
The Raptors are kind of a sneaky one.
Yep.
'Cause they play a lot on Christmas Day.
Get the Canadian eyeballs on Christmas.
Yep.
I can't.
Cannot
Vancouver
believe the
Grizzlies.
Celtics. Cannot believe the Celtics weren't on that list.
Yeah,
That's insane
just
to me.
Like
I thought
they
that
hit
was
Chicago, New York, and LA.
I thought
Mhm.
that
So
Boston was a layup.
I feel like Miami, Toronto, they hit
Yep.
San Antonio too.
Because Toronto had years with Vince Carter and Tracy
Yeah.
McGrady that they were fun as hell to watch.
Yeah, and it's a huge market. Like they're always on Christmas Day. So like you
All
gotta
right.
feel like
All right. We need an
Pick it
answer.
then.
What's
They
your
want to
pick?
go
Let's
with
do
the
it.
Raptors. I
Lock it
heard
in.
them say it.
Raptors.
No freaking way.
Is that what you want? You over the Heat?
Yeah,
Yep.
what the
He
hell?
already said it.
Raptors are not on this list.
Are
Kitty
the,
and
are the
Rance.
76ers on there?
The
That's
Sixers
my next
are
guess.
number 4. Yep.
Wow.
That was when I wrote. That was when I wrote down just while they were talking.
That's
They
what
are
I was
18 and
spacing on.
14. They've played. I think they played in either 18 or 19 was the last time they
All right.
played.
Give me
Here's
the
the
Heat at
sleeper.
3.
Here's the sleeper,
The Cavs.
not the Heat. The Sacramento Kings have
No
played on
way.
Christmas Day 29 times, and they have
What?
won 18 of them.
What?
Wow.
They have not played on Christmas Day since 2003.
Like the Weber years?
And they
That was-
played
yeah.
that many times
Yep.
prior?
I was
Yep.
never gonna get to that.
I thought they were the Kansas City Kings in the early 80s. How
That's,
did-
yeah, that's also getting carried over. That's why I said franchises because it's
Deja
carrying over.
Stojakovic.
Or him and Vlade Divac smoking
Oh,
in
yeah.
the locker
And
room.
white chocolate.
And Turgaloo.
Yeah, the Kings
God
are
dang it.
18 and 11
Wow.
on Christmas Day.
I never was gonna get to that one.
Rance and
Nope.
Kitty with
And
a
they
Hail
aren't a
Mary.
big market.
Rance and Kitty with a Hail Mary win in DFA. Well done, guys.
Nice work.
Bullshit.
Very
Good job,
well
Rance.
done. Now we're moving on to everyone's favorite with the Waiver Watch waiting game.
Waiver Watch Waiting Game. Waiver Watch Waiting Game.
This time I'm the host, so I'm bringing all the movies to the table. I've got 4 Christmas movies once again that these fellas are going to try to guess the critic rating of, and the closest to the pin is the winner. I've got them ready to roll here. My first movie, I guarantee you, is universally loved on this podcast, but maybe the critics didn't really quite see that as themselves.
Krampus?
Bad Santa.
Bad Santa.
Bad Santa from 2003.
We're picking the critics pick.
Yep, critic
Yep.
score.
Got it.
I'm in.
Golly.
Down.
This movie was so good, so vile and crude.
Just screaming obscenities at an 8-year-old.
Those smug critics usually don't like filth like this.
Everybody in?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think so.
All right, starting with the losers of that round, and since Adam was responsible for losing that, he's going first. Adam, what do you think the critics gave Bad Santa?
Give me a round number 40.
40. Hey, that's my favorite number.
It's an ugly number.
40. Doesn't think the critics liked Bad Santa.
No.
No.
That's a flat no.
Do you
That's
have
a flat,
anything to add? No, I
No,
don't.
no, I don't.
Brian?
I think I'm right there with Rance. I don't think the critics could like this one because it's just so vile. And I think a few of them are still going to like it enough to keep it somewhat up there. So I'm going to right there with Sommer. I'm at 42.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jackie Rob. Let's go to Kitty for not getting a single answer, right?
I had great answers though. I feel
did
like.
have great
Yeah,
answers.
you did.
I'm pretty sure the audience would have been clapping great answer quite a bit for.
Mm.
We got hosed on that Grinch deal.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually think they like this movie.
Ooh.
I'm gonna think the critics were more on my speed dial. I'm gonna go 74.
Four.
Shalansky himself.
Big
Yeah.
number.
Rance, the final deciding one. What do you got?
I put down 60%. I thought they might have liked it. I mean, it's just there's too many good one-liners in there not to laugh and like it a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, and you
I
got
mean,
Said
Billy
about
Bob
saving
Thornton, John
Silverman,
Ritter,
too.
Bernie Mac.
Yep.
Yeah. So I went with 60%.
Okay. The critics were actually higher on this than the audience somehow.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Kitty may
Audience
be
gave it
unlucky.
a 75. A 75.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
The critics gave it a 79.
Wow.
They were in. I will say they did not like the sequel very much.
no. As much as I love Bad Santa, I have not seen the sequel.
It's
So-
very
Me neither.
so bad, man.
Is Thurman Merman in it?
He's
I think he is.
21-year-old Thurman Merman. Yep.
Oh God.
Oh God, that's great.
And he still plays that character so well. It's very good.
Good job,
That was
Kitty.
by far the best part about it because that movie was absolute shit. Let's move on. Next one, I think, is a Christmas classic. You guys mentioned it on the DFA. Elf, also in 2003. Big year for Christmas movies. 2003. What did the critics give the movie Elf? Sound off when you're in.
This could be. Oh my God.
In.
God, I thought this movie sucked.
He thought it sucked.
I don't recall.
Save your
I don't-
analysis. Save your analysis.
You
Yeah,
sit on a throne of lies, Rance.
No, I did. I thought it was
Stink
stupid.
like beef and cheese.
Wow.
Well, I'm in.
Everybody in?
I feel like we need to start with
In.
Rance after that.
Well, we're doing this in order.
Yeah.
Currently, right now, the leader in the clubhouse is Kitty. Kitty, what do you have?
I have it a little lower than Bad Santa. I think they were going to enjoy just the family atmosphere, but they kind of would grow somewhat tired of Will Ferrell. So I went with 65.
Then we are to Rance. Rance, did you like Elf? What do you think of
Didn't.
Elf?
I just didn't care. Will Ferrell, an overgrown, annoying elf. I didn't even really laugh at all.
Too whimsical for you?
Yeah, just annoying. I thought it was annoying.
Hmm.
I put down 62%. I mean, I'm sure the critics like some of it because it's just something that seems like they like.
I feel like Rance is playing it super safe in those first two rounds.
I don't know. I don't know.
Call him Andy Reid. Go to, I believe Brian's next.
Yeah.
I'm right there with Rance. My thinking was way different than I thought they would enjoy it more, but there's going to be enough fart sniffers that just don't like it. So 61 for me.
Man, look at this.
All
This
right.
is a dartboard. You'd all be
Maybe
saying.
Sommer could really do something here with this.
Yep. Adam.
All right. Well, I didn't come home for the holidays to, keep my mouth shut. I'm going to spout off with some opinions, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with an 81.
Ooh.
The Terrell Owens.
Okay.
Problem in the clubhouse.
You really enjoyed it, huh?
Oh man, Elf is amazing.
He's
Really?
he's the black
Bob
sheep of the
Newhart?
fam.
I like Elf.
Bob Newhart is a
He
very
kills it.
good,
He's so
very
funny.
good addition to it.
James Caan. It's got
James
an awesome
Caan.
cast.
James Caan's pretty good.
It's got
I-
Peter Dinklage, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
My favorite part are all the reactions of the other adults, just so just distraught with Will Ferrell.
Mhm.
What is this guy
When
doing?
they watch him just pour the syrup on the spaghetti and just go
Yep.
down.
Well, I will say that the audience gave it a 79.
Ooh.
So I
Makes
think
sense.
that's not really that surprising. Apparently, the critic score is very surprising to you guys. The critics gave it an 84.
Oh,
Mm.
making up ground, baby.
That's also, we talked about Home Alone getting that documentary episode, the
Yep,
movies
yep,
that shaped
yep.
us. They also did a Christmas movies that shaped us, and they did an Elf. They said that role was originally meant for Chris Farley.
Ah,
Okay.
He
Just
would
like-
have been
just like
much,
Shrek.
much better.
You think?
Yeah,
'Cause that would've
he's
been-
more understated than Will Ferrell. Yeah,
I think
get it.
at the time it was like almost Heroes Chris Farley, like on the way out the door Chris Farley.
yeah. Tommy Boy Chris Farley is Elf, though. That
Yes.
that could have sold some tickets, man.
Yep, I could totally see that. Yeah, I can't see strung out Chris Farley doing a very good job at Elf.
It definitely would have been a different take on Elf with Chris Farley in the role.
The interpretation really different. Well, very good. On to movie number 3, which is one of my personal favorites for Christmas and kind of off the beaten path because you can't find it a whole lot. Jingle All the Way.
Oh,
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sinbad, Phil Hartman, Rita Wilson.
hello, Santa Claus. Ho ho.
Ta ta, Turtle Man. That movie is very problematic watching it now. It's got
What
some
year was this?
interesting choices.
What year was this, please?
It was 1996.
Oh, the year I graduated high school.
Yeah.
Go ahead and age myself for the
Go ahead and
crowd.
date yourself, yeah.
The peak of Sinbad's powers.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen this movie.
Oh, it's so bad, but it's so good. I don't want to give anything away, but maybe
I think everyone's already in, so you're good.
Kitty,
Yeah.
I think you're still in the lead here, despite Summer's strong performance that round. So you're going first again. What do you got for Jingle All the Way?
I think my favorite part about this movie is how much Conan O'Brien leaned on it for jokes when they would have the Arnold Schwarzenegger face and then the mouth talk, and he would always go, "Jingle all the way, Conan.
Yes.
You see my #1 movie." All the time. I mean, they ran that bit for 5 to 10 years after the movie came out.
Oh, yeah,
and it was
true.
hilarious. So, but I think the critics probably weren't a fan. I went 38.
38.
Woo.
Okay. I think Summer is next. No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Rance is
No.
next.
I put 44%.
44.
I mean, Schwarzenegger in a Christmas movie just it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And says, I don't know, Sinbad's been in a movie since.
It killed him. He's dead.
He's dead.
Maybe it's been that
This
appearance
guy
on
is
Always Sunny.
dead.
He was immediately
right.
killed
He was
after.
on Always Sunny.
after.
He suffocated in his
Is
pants.
that Rob Thomas with him?
He was
Yeah.
Rob Thomas with Sinbad.
In that shady rehab facility.
I think
Yeah.
I think we're on the Adam this time.
I locked in at a 59. Jack Ham, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Woo!
59.
Okay. Brian.
So I'm getting a trend here where the score should be, if it's a Christmas movie, it gets bumped up by about 20. And I think Jingle All the Way was shit, The acting was horrible. The script sucked. So I think it should be more like a 20-something, but I've got it bumped up because of Christmas to a 43.
All right, there we go. See how this plan works out for you.
All right.
I like the analysis.
Well, fellas, we've got a nail on the head,
Let's go.
Oh, all right.
but it was the audience score.
Okay. Let's try
Kitty
59.
Hits it with a 38
Oh,
on the audience-o-meter.
oh, I'm not feeling good about that.
Yeah.
But you're all way too high on the critic score.
Even too high.
You didn't get the
Way
inflation.
too high.
It'd be a 10, Kaiser.
If
There goes that
Brian's
ground.
formula holds true, then the actual rating of this movie should be a -5 because it got a 15.
Wow.
Oh, man.
That bad?
It was very bad. Phil Hartman was still really good in it. He is a very good creep, but a very good like dad figure. He's very good in it. The rest of them are very bad.
As you were breaking this, I IMDb'd Sinbad, and it says he is known for house guest Jingle All the Way. First
Oh,
kid.
no.
First
Good
kid,
burger.
yeah.
First kid. There you go.
It's in his 4 like movie
Known for.
highlights.
Known for.
Bad.
Wow.
We need to incorporate those known for somehow. We need to find a game for those for sure. So yeah, Jingle All the Way is apparently. I'll watch it all day, every day. That's not true. Kitty is still in the lead here for this fourth movie. He's going to lead off one more time. You guys mentioned this in the DFA as well. Rance is getting real irritated with this game, apparently.
No, I'm just. I can't believe it was that low. I mean, I know it had to suck, but good God.
I lost all the
I
ground
cannot
made.
wait for your guys' takes on this. The Grinch, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Jim Carrey version. What did the
Oh,
critics
of
give
course.
this? Old 2000. Year was
Just-
2000.
Rubbing salt in the fucking wounds.
Also one of my favorites. I like this version a lot.
But
Hmm.
will the critics?
You say 2000?
Mm-hmm. So were they sick of Jim Carrey yet?
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, what year was this?
2000.
It was
Pretty
got to be
early.
getting close.
That was pretty.
I think When Nature Calls was like 98. Still
All
one of
right,
my
I'm in.
favorite
Yeah,
comedic
I'm in.
sequels of all
I'm
time.
in.
Everybody good?
Yep.
Yeah.
What was your comedic sequel of all time? What was that one?
When Nature Calls.
Just coming out of the rhino's ass.
Pretty hot in these rhinos.
Bumblebee tuna.
Your balls are showing. There's just so many good lines in that one. Guano. That sounds so familiar. Kitty, what do you think the critics gave the Grinch's, or Jim Carrey's version of the Grinch?
No clue on this one. Never
Ron
seen it
Howard
myself.
also directed.
Oh, I would have.
How about
Fine.
that?
Probably won several Oscars then.
That probably would have bumped my score up more.
Should've
Opie's
given that- I
behind
meant to
this.
give that to you, yeah.
The Grinch
It's all
actually
right.
spent 3 days out in the cold in the wilderness surviving.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, so it was
like
it's the prequel for The Revenant.
It was like Apollo 11 meets the Revenant, yeah.
I'm gonna go with 65. No, I just random guess, no clue. I
Okay.
don't even know if the movie's good or not.
Well, it's one of my favorites, so that should tell you something.
Well,
Yep.
did you just say
Trash.
anything about Jingle All the Way? So,
Super fantastic.
I think the next one is Rants.
I mean, as a kid, like if I was a kid watching it, I mean, I've been scared shitless of that movie. I
Sure.
think critics can recognize that this is going to scare the hell out of some kids.
Yeah.
I put down 54%.
Rance's range of his guesses so far, his lowest has been 44, his highest has been 62. he's really staying right in the middle.
Yeah,
there.
right in the middle.
Yep.
Playing the game. Playing the
I
It's
game.
like
gonna,
the strategy.
it's gonna pay off.
Yep. I hope so. Adam.
I am not staying in the middle. I'm swinging big. I went with 27
Oh,
I
okay.
like it.
Yep.
because
Always
that
go for
movie
the big one.
was
Yeah, it sucked bad.
okay. I had no idea.
yeah.
All right, Brian.
Abomination.
Down to you.
I think this kind of falls in the category of like when you make a book into a movie and there's people that get pissed off that you didn't play it like it was supposed to. There's people that, love the cartoon Cindy Lou and the cartoon Grinch, and maybe they thought that Jim Carrey a little overactor in this one.
Little.
But,
Jim Carrey overacting?
It was a subtle overacting.
Yeah. Only by
But
300%.
even though you threw me off last round, I'm still giving it a little bit of the Christmas bump. Just rotten at 48.
Okay. Well,
Somebody got it again.
there was somebody really close on both ends. The audience score was a 56.
That's not
Rance
good.
came real close to that. The critic score was a 49. Brian barely missing it.
I needed that badly.
Yep.
Wow.
After you just shamed Rance for being in the middle. It was a 49.
Well, I was hoping to throw you off a little bit, so
Okay.
I hope I did, but apparently I didn't. But Kitty pulling out the W this week with 58. Rance getting you might have found the right strategy because you're keeping everybody honest. I think at this point you're kind of forcing the action on other people. And
Yeah.
I here, but had 75 points, followed by Brian at 89, and Sommer coming in with 108.
Yeah, I went for it.
Yeah, you go for that big swing. Big swing at the end can really make your score look really bad.
For sure. So let's move on. We've got another keep trade cut coming to you.
Just keep trade cut, don't give it to you. It's Tuesday night, we're in the spot. Yeah, don't believe it, just watch.
Keeping with the Christmas theme, is there anything more Christmassy than those popcorn tins?
Nope.
I mean,
Not
that's
at all.
they have to make their nut on Christmas, right? Those
$5.99. You can buy a
companies.
whole pallet for $100.
Just 5 gallons of pump popcorn for 33 cents.
Although I will say the Topsies is worth it.
See,
It is very expensive.
Topsies is
it's
bonkers expensive.
How
And
much is it
all
for one of
are
those?
good.
I looked at it today, and it's a 3.5 gallon tin is $40 for your basic primary flavors, which is what we're keeping and trading and cutting tonight. The primary flavors are the cinnamon, the
40
cheese, and the caramel. I think you're paying a little bit for the tins because they are highly decorative.
Yeah.
And
I'm
not
going to
worth it.
reuse that. I'm going to reuse that tin. Never.
That's going to be a footrest for a good month after Christmas, and then it's going to go
Never.
completely away.
I mean, as a kid, I thought when somebody brought a popcorn
Oh.
tin, it was like a throwaway gift. Like
Mhm.
they didn't really put any thought into it. Here's a fucking popcorn tin.
Yep.
Now it's like a Topsy's popcorn tin's $40-something.
Yep.
Yeah,
Or
the
you
uncle
could
gift.
it's like one of the best gifts you
Absolutely.
can get now.
Oh,
See, and
yeah.
Right.
You walk in with a white elephant and you got a popcorn tin. Boy, that's getting picked, man.
Hell yeah.
That's getting stolen. I'm not a big popcorn guy, and I will steal a popcorn tin right out from under my own mother, I think, at this point. Very good Christmas popcorn tin flavors of cinnamon, cheese, and caramel. We're going to keep trade cut each one of these. Each one of us is going to do it. I'm going to start because I haven't got to do it yet.
I like it.
So I'm going to immediately cut caramel. I'll start at the gate. This was a tough decision for me. All three of these flavors are very, very good. I got to cut caramel because I think that they fall into the middle. They're both the second best, but also the second lowest trade value. So I got to cut them. And plus, you eat too much and it'll hurt your teeth. So
That's one
I
way
think
to
I gotta
go
cut
about
it.
this.
yep. I got to keep. This is going to be controversial because a lot of people don't like it, but that cinnamon is getting kept. I am a big fan of that cinnamon.
Oh,
Big fan. And I think cheese has the most trade value out of this group. So I'm going to trade cheese. And I did a little Googling on some potential popcorn flavors, and apparently the Popcorn Factory has a cookies and cream flavor, which is basically they drizzle cream cheese on it, cream cheese frosting, and put like Oreo cookie crumbs in there.
Let's go,
I
baby.
am in on that.
Yeah, I would love to try some of that.
Get your annual fill of cavities in
Yeah.
Popcorn Factory's cookies and cream popcorn.
Yeah.
I'm in on that. But the winner of
Wow.
the waiting game was Kitty. Kitty, give me your keep trade cut.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon's
What-
yummy.
Bold choice. I mean, I feel like every time last few years at the office, back 2019, 2018, 2017, you go in the office, someone always has one of those tins they've bought for the office. And I feel like every time I go walk by that thing, cheese and caramel are almost gone while cinnamon's still at the top level.
Untouched. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it feels like almost they're keeping the cinnamon pick just because no one else wants it, so it's all yours.
I mean, yeah, lowest trade value, but still number one in my heart.
Yeah, I'm cutting
Literally,
cinnamon.
it's probably stuck in my heart.
That was the easiest choice for me, was to cut cinnamon.
Okay.
Yes, it's fine. I think cinnamon's a great flavor, but not for popcorn for me. I'm keeping cheese. I love that cheese popcorn. If I ever see one of those tins, I'm digging right in that cheese because I make sure I get some before it's all gone. And I'm gonna trade the caramel or caramel, as some of us uncouth people would say.
You savages.
And I did the same Googling that Josh did earlier today, and I saw a flavor that looks amazing. Cheesy jalapeno.
I almost agreed with that. Yep.
That just sounds fantastic. Never had it, but I like the sound of that. So give me that cheesy jalapeno. So I got cheese and cheesy jalapeno. I'm not even a big cheese fan, but it works perfectly on popcorn.
You can mix
right. So if the jalapeno is a little too hot for me, I can just cut that with the other cheese. So I'm good.
Yeah.
Now you got mild jalapeno. Yeah.
Exactly.
I tell you what, if you didn't, that cheesy jalapeno might be the worst to like get in your eye, because that cheese dust in contact with the jalapeno, it ain't going anywhere anytime soon.
You're done for the day.
Done for. Yep.
Falling sick.
Rance, you're up.
Yeah, I'm cutting the cinnamon too. I mean, it's fine if you're going to chew a piece of Big Red or something like that, but the shovel popcorn, cinnamon popcorn, no thanks. And I'm with Kitty. I mean, I've seen plenty of those popcorn dishes or tins in the teacher's lounge at school over my 10 years of teaching, and I mean, nobody eats that shit. Nobody eats the cinnamon. Unless it's the night janitor rolling in at 11 at night, needs a little snack after, cleaning up. They might get in there, but nobody's eating cinnamon.
God knows what's on his hands.
Well, go ahead and polish it off, man. Everybody hates it.
Or hers. I mean, this is 2016. It might be hers too.
I'm keeping the cheese too. I love the cheese popcorn, especially if you eat enough of it and it creates that film on your fingers where you can just and then it's kind of just like a nice little treat afterwards when you're filled up with popcorn. Then you just lick your mitts here, and then you get, you get the remnants of what, the leftovers.
Yep.
And I'm trading the caramel too for, I was doing a little searching just like you guys were, and I'm a big fan of the sea salt and cracked pepper chips.
Oh yeah.
And I saw that as a popcorn and thought, man, if that's anything like the chips, that has to be delicious.
I like that.
So,
and that would work like it worked perfectly with the popcorn, just already salty popcorn anyway. You throw that cracked pepper. Yeah.
I know this is a crazy thought, but in your own home, you could just take some popcorn and put some pepper and some salt on it.
I could.
Yeah.
I mean, just thinking outside the box here.
You get the hell out of here.
I don't have sea salt.
You have exotic seasonings like salt and pepper. You could very well do this on your own.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean,
sea salt and cracked pepper.
And cracked. I'm not getting in there and doing the grinding. I already want it on there, Brian. I just want to be able to shovel. I don't want to get out there and start cracking my own pepper and sea salt, bud.
Go in the backyard and hacking up the old from the salt mines, getting my stuff ready for the sea salt.
Well, I can't wait to hear your flavor then, big boy.
The pepper's going to make him sneeze.
If you think my cracked pepper and sea salt is so lame, why don't you bring it? Buffalo style popcorn or something.
I mean, that's out there.
It is good to put hot sauce on popcorn.
Yeah.
That is a thing. And some jalapenos in there.
It is. Hot sauce on popcorn is good.
Yep.
Brian, you've been challenged, so go ahead and give yours.
Josh, I'm with you. I think we need to share our tins with Rance and Kitty here, because I am in on cinnamon, guys. Mm-hmm. Cinnamon is my keep. And if you've walked the streets of Waldo in the fall at any point, when you smell that cinnamon popcorn being cooked in the factory, it just makes your mouth water. And all I want is cinnamon popcorn. So I'll take all that fucking cinnamon popcorn. Your school must have the shitty version of the popcorn tin, because if you get the real good stuff, cinnamon's king. So give me the cinnamon.
Cinnamon's king.
Cinnamon is king. There's the title for the episode.
Oh god.
Take
one
your
hell of a
cheese
kingdom.
and shove it up your ass. Get it out of my life. I'm cutting cheese. That
Cutting
stuff's
cheese.
lame, stinks. Get it out. I don't want cheese. Caramel's number 2. It does have trade value, so I'm going to trade it away. Give me some kettle corn. You know when you're at the fair, they got
Isn't
those
that
big
the
bags
same?
of kettle corn?
Isn't that just the same?
Oh, no. No. Kettle corn's very
No.
different.
Yep.
They
Oh,
sprinkle
they
some.
ain't much different. You guys are acting like they're completely different and bullshit.
You've never
They
had
are.
You've never had a giant bag of kettle corn at like a fair or something, a carnival?
Silver Dollar City, shout out.
They both taste
Worlds
the
of
same.
fun.
They both taste the same.
I mean,
Not even close.
what are we even talking about here? You don't know kettle corn?
Kettle corn and caramel corn.
Those are totally different things.
I think they're very similar in taste.
Fucking potato, man.
Maybe
Continue.
caramel
I'm
corn
sorry.
is just kettle corn that's been left in a little bit too long.
Hey, go ahead. I clearly don't know my popcorns. I mean, I chose cracked pepper and sea salt, so I'm sorry.
That's true. That's
What a dipshit.
idiotic. Well, Adam, I think that brings us to you, man. What's your keep trade cut on popcorn?
Wow. Get that man a bag of kettle corn.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'm keeping caramel. It's
Okay.
delicious. It's
Oh, there we go.
wonderful. It's a wonderful sweet treat. As an adult, I'm not getting into the big bag of candy, but
Yep.
give me some caramel popcorn. Get my candy fix. My wonderful treat. In fact, my business partner, they make this caramel corn with these nuts, and it's bananas. It's just
Nice.
bananas. Oh,
It's like a old crunch and munch.
yeah, like like a crunch and munch. But it's
yeah.
like thicker coating. It's insane. It's insane.
Hmm.
I'm cutting the cinnamon. I agree it has no trade. It doesn't have trade value because like you got to find.
You can trade 2 people in the world, and they're both in this fucking
Right, they're both
podcast
right.
somehow.
You need to know the
Like,
Kaisers.
I like it's good, but like I don't know. Like King feels like. That's
You 100% take it, be like, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's up there. Like if somebody gave me just cinnamon popcorn in a tin, I would be like, "Thank you." I would
Yeah,
be like,
yeah.
Fuck! You made my Christmas. Like it's not, cinnamon popcorn. Like it's not quite that level. So I'm cutting the cinnamon popcorn. I'm trading the cheese because that I assume when we're talking about tin cheese popcorn, we're talking about that orange,
Yep.
looking popcorn.
Cheese.
I'm trading that to my kid because he'll definitely take that because
Mhm.
he doesn't know the difference aesthetically between white cheddar popcorn
Oh,
and
yeah.
butter
Mm.
popcorn. So I'm going to take his white cheddar
Nice play.
and give him the
Good.
standard cheese and
Uh-huh.
upgrade my cheese game all in one swing.
I think it does. That white cheddar is delicious, man.
Sneaky.
It is.
It's good.
Subtle.
I think we can all agree that the popcorn tin is the superior popcorn of all time,
Oh,
regardless of the flavor, right? I think is
other
what
than
we've
like
kind of come to
stovetop
down.
homemade when you like really do the work and
Do the oil, yep.
Yeah.
Well,
the
movie
oil and the
theater
butter.
popcorn's pretty good.
yeah.
Give me
Yeah,
some
with
extra.
that hot butter.
Just
Mm.
douse
really-
the butter.
Give me
I'm
2
really
bags.
proud
I'm
of
gonna.
us.
That butter's running through the first bag. I don't want to ruin
When
my
they,
jeans.
when they look back at
Absolutely.
you like, do you want me to keep putting butter on? You're just like, why are you
Why are you
Yes.
stopping?
Continue.
Yes. Just
I'll
keep
pay
doing it.
extra. Go. Keep going.
I'm proud of us as a podcast for none of us traded for the popcorn tin buttered popcorn because that
Oh,
truly is one
That's
of
the
the more
last.
overrated
no,
one. Yeah.
That's the last one to go.
No,
I
you
think we all
when you
agree
get one
with
of those, you cross your fingers that when you pop that sucker open, the cheese is a 1/2 instead of a 1/3.
See,
That's the silver tuna right there.
Topsy's actually lets you customize it that much. We need a sponsorship from Topsy's apparently in this.
So good. We got
And
some
then
at the
it's
office this
immediately
year.
a bargain and not too expensive.
Right.
Oh, half a thing.
It's
of that
actually
shit- that
the
Topsy's
best value
cheese
you
is
could
like-
have this Christmas.
Do you want the king
Topsy's-
or do you want that shit that gets left in Rance's
That's right.
rec room?
Yeah. The Walmart $6 tin with the wolf on the side for some reason. let's move on. We've got the waiver wire to do here. I got a good
one
one.
of those from your uncle once.
Uh,
Yeah.
Pre-show, we have been promised an updated waiver wire
It's coming.
segment from our good friend Adam Sommer here.
Yep,
So
yep.
look very much forward to that. But this is the waiver wire. I think I was kind of having trouble coming up with something interesting to come up with. And Brian and I were just spitballing ideas back and forth. And I came up with this idea and I was very proud of it. We're going to draft Christmas characters for a 4-man golf scramble. So you can go with books, songs, movies, TV, folklore, whatever you want to roll with. We got Christmas characters to draft. Folklore.
You pick all 3 versions of the Grinch.
Avengers
That's right.
Christmas episode.
Which version? Specify which version.
That's right.
But this is a 4-man scramble. We are one of them, so there's only going to be 3 rounds. And I have chosen the order of it is going to go the reverse finish of the waiting game. So Sommer, then Brian, then Rance, then Kitty, and then myself because I am a humble host.
Okay.
And so I'm going to start off with Sommer. What is your number 1 player coming off the board for your 4-man scramble for Christmas characters?
It's a scramble, which means we're having a good time. By the 3rd hole, we know if we're in it or not by the 3rd hole. And so are we just having a fun day or are we trying to play some golf? So I'm going to go with Billy Mack from Love Actually. The musician with the drinking and drug problem, who just seems like a complete freaking ton of fun to have out on the golf course. For 18. He probably doesn't know how to play, or he's played once. He's left-handed. We had to rent clubs, and so it's just going to be a good time.
Interesting.
The 8th hole is just like, anybody want to do,
Yeah, he's brought some fun. He's brought some fun treats.
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
fun treats. What is it? Jack Mack?
Billy Mack is his name.
Billy
Billy
Mack.
McIntyre. I think he was a new kid on the block, I think. But
Joey. That was Joey.
Joey Mack, that's
Oh,
right.
that's a test, Rance. You failed.
I was gonna say that was a tee up, wasn't it?
No, I'll look at it this way. He actually is a great teammate because he ooped my alley.
Oh, okay.
I
Sure.
can't dunk, so I like to throw it to my teammates.
True.
We're going number 2 with Brian. Brian, what's your first pick?
I'm going with a similar logic, but I'm just going to stick to the basics. Give me Cousin Eddie. Christmas vacation. I mean, he's just going to drink beer. He probably stinks at golf, but that's not going to stop him from doing Happy Gilmore teeing off every single tee box.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm just here for that. I'm not here to win the tournament. I'm here to have fun. So give me Cousin Eddie. He's going to make you laugh all
definitely
day.
at a public golf course.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the best part's going to be when he shows up at his RV,
Right.
and what he walks out of that door wearing is going to be just a glorious sight.
Yes.
I wonder if this is polo shirt also a cutoff like his Dickie. It just goes under his.
Yes, I
Rarely
hope-
serious. Rarely serious, but when he's serious, he's going to do what others aren't willing to do.
That's
Yep,
true.
that's
So-
true.
He could get really dirty on that golf course.
He may break somebody's leg.
You can, I mean, he's a real wild card. That's an undervalued pick, I think.
All right.
Next
Love it.
is
Rance.
Rance.
I went somewhat of a similar line. This guy's a little bit more depressing, but I did Billy Bob Thornton's character Willie from Bad Santa.
Yep.
I'm sure he's horrendous at golf, but he's
Yep.
going to be bringing the party. He's going to be hammering drinks. He's going to be saying vile shit. He's going to be hitting on the cart girls.
Yep.
So, I mean, I know he's depressing, but I mean, I think he's going to say a lot of funny stuff in the course of 18 holes.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have
yeah.
memories for days.
And he might even fall out of the cart hammered and just roll several times. I mean,
Down a
there's,
hill for sure.
yeah, all kinds of possibilities. I think
He's
it'll be
probably
fun.
going to
probably-
fight somebody.
Could fight somebody from the opposing team. I mean, there's all kinds of things.
Plus,
Oh,
if he's
yeah.
the character, he pretty much has to be in like an ill-fitting, undone Santa suit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes, just playing in his pants and a white T-shirt and suspenders,
It's got puke stains on it.
Yeah.
and he pisses himself about
It
the
smells
13th
like
hole.
the pants smell like piss. Yeah, 100%. It's gonna be tough to get out of the cart. Kitty.
So,
Yeah. I'm going opposite from these guys.
Okay.
I'm taking someone I think is going to bring some talent to the team. I'm taking Krampus.
The demon.
Half goat demon. I mean, this dude's going to bomb it off the tee.
He's your third man
Sure.
off the tee.
He is bombing it off the tee.
Yeah.
Par
He's the
4,
out
500
of the
or
street
450 yard par 4. We got a sand wedge in.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Guys,
Yep.
this guy's bringing it. Give me some Krampus. He's got those muscles from ringing up all those bad kids. So he's
Can't
ready to
putt
go.
for
He's
shit.
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna ruin a no short game from Krampus.
Plus, if you're teeing off and you got Krampus breathing down your neck, you're not hitting that shit straight.
Yeah, you're gonna be shaking it and topping it
Oh,
all
yeah.
day.
Yep. Not one single cousin Eddie in this world can lighten up that attitude. Very interesting. Krampus on my list for sure.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna go opposite of you, Kitty, and the rest of you sinners, because Jesus is my pick.
Oh, my.
Did you hit it in the water? Not a problem for the big man. He's walking
Wow.
on that. He's teeing off from the water, baby.
Ball sinks, Josh.
Every hole's a hole
Not
in
his.
one.
Not his.
He can part the
is-
waters.
Jesus doesn't play by the USGA rules.
Not at
right?
all, man. Not at all. And you know what? If I hit it in the water and it does sink, he still loves me, man. He still loves me, and that feels good in my heart.
Plays by
Just
the rules
feels
of
good.
GOD, not the USGA.
I was gonna say USJA.
So I've already won this with Jesus as my first pick.
This
Uh,
will make
my
the rest
wait.
of your team way more
Specify
interesting.
the version.
adult
baby
Jesus on his 33rd Christmas.
Jim Caviezel Jesus.
Yeah. Yep. And my second pick is the other Christmas goat, Santa Claus. Give me Santa Claus on my golf team. And me, Santa Claus, and Jesus, it's going to be a great, great golf day.
You know Santa Claus can play too.
100%.
I mean, he
Super
winters
positive.
in Florida.
He just, he's got his magic in his pocket. So,
Slay for a golf cart. I mean, Jesus.
yeah. Oh my.
Yeah.
You got a
That's
real
gonna
honest
rip
team
up
so
those
far.
greens. Yeah.
No kidding.
Real honest team so far. Someone's
Yeah.
not cheating.
Real happy with my draft so far, guys.
Pretty sure
Not gonna lie.
Pretty sure Cousin Eddie and Bad Santa are shaving strokes already. It's gonna be tough to win with Jesus and Santa Claus being so honest.
True story.
Yeah, I think Jesus' long game kind of stinks, if we're being
Maybe.
honest.
Maybe. He was a carpenter, so you know he's wiry, man.
And he died at like 33.
Easy. Okay. Kitty.
So I'm taking the old TV executive because those guys get on the course all the time, and I'm taking old Frank Cross, Bill
Mhm.
Murray from Scrooged.
Oh, there
Mhm.
you go.
He's on the course all the time. TV executives, what's he got to do
Had to be.
besides force all of his people to do a live show on Christmas night?
Mhm.
So he doesn't give a shit about anybody. He's on the course constantly. So I think I got another solid player on my team there
Yep.
with old Frank Cross.
I like that. Go to Rants.
My next pick is going to be a guy that's going to be able to get in the other team's head, probably use a foot wedge or two, maybe slip in some of those explodable balls on the other team. I'm going with the Grinch. I mean, that guy's going to do whatever it takes to win. And that's the kind of person I want on my team.
Uh-huh.
He was on
Somebody that-
Saved.
Somebody that's going to do what it takes to win. Master of psychology. Give me the Grinch.
Wait, what?
I actually wrote down.
He sucked
I-
the life out of those who's. Until I mean,
Didn't. That was the point. They still woke up with no presents and
Yeah,
still
yeah.
sang
He was
and
on-
celebrated.
He was
I know,
on
but
my
it made
list.
him feel better.
I mean,
He
he's
was on my
weak.
list.
He's mentally weak, if anything.
Oh no.
He's
not
gonna,
the
he's
Grinch.
gonna, because he's going to steal victory. That's why my reasoning for having the Grinch on my list. So I'm with you, Rance.
You guys are forgetting about his sneaky athleticism.
Yeah. He lives
And
in
he's got
LA.
He
He's got
hammers
those
off the
big
tee.
hips. He's got those big hips. He
He
gets
does
that.
have some.
that
Oily.
And
Real
some
thick.
unbelievable strength from lugging
Yeah.
those presents up the mountain.
The strength
Yep.
of 10 men plus one.
10 men plus one. Yeah.
So you want to talk about long drives? That guy's going to be able to pipe it.
I did have wrote down. You got to worry about his heart being in it.
Yeah.
Oh, boo. Boo.
Oh,
Nailed it.
Wow.
Just
like that.
nailed that.
nailed it.
I'm
Nailed it.
so glad you still got that off.
Yep. Oh, I wasn't leaving that on the table. If he wasn't drafted, I was bringing his ass up in the honorable mentions.
Good thing you wrote that joke down.
Yep. On to Brian.
I want the dad from A Christmas Story.
Oh, you got. Oh, that was my next pick.
I mean,
The old man.
Yeah, he spends the whole movie being grumpy, grouchy, and asshole because he's around his asshole family the whole time. They're the most annoying family known on the planet. But I feel like if you get that guy away from there, get him some drinks, every beer he drinks, the jokes get dirtier with him. I feel like I want to be. I want that guy in my golf cart. Like I said, we're not here to win.
Tell
Give me
some
that
old
guy.
war stories.
Oh yeah,
And he's never like he's the guy you bring so you feel good because every other drive he's just putting it in the woods and he's so mad about it and he's like he thinks he should be doing better.
yeah. He might get annoyed by Cousin Eddie, but I'm just gonna roll the dice on this one.
That's a good point. Your team morale and chemistry might be lacking in this foursome. But
That's the great thing though about a scramble tournament. By hole 9, even if you guys don't know each other, you've had enough beers where everyone's just having a good time.
That's
Yep.
right. That's right.
100%.
You know your team's not in it to win it. Let's just drink beers and be friends.
Yep.
Yep.
Summer, you're on the turn with 2 picks here. What's your
And
second and third?
I'm in that exact same mind frame, and that's why my second pick is the snowman from Rudolph. 'Cause that dude is so freaking chill.
Yep.
And like as soon as he gets off of that camera, there's just a 2 fingers of something 14 years old in that glass.
Yep.
With an ice cube, and he's just sipping that shit. And like he plays that old man game. He's down the middle, 210. You're in the fairway. He knows he's played this course 1,000 times. He knows the breaks on the green, and he's just like zen about it. He's just seems like a cool guy.
No. Plus, he's probably holding some white underneath his bowler hat, so him and Shane Mack can have a party on the golf course. Shane O'Mac.
I like that his name changes every time.
Yep. I'm running out of Macs.
Old McDonald's.
What was his name? Did he have a name?
Billy Mack.
No, not Billy.
Oh.
The snowman.
Snowman.
It's,
Did he
it's
have
the
a name?
snowman voiced by Burl Ives.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
That-
that's
yeah.
all it is. I know that movie too much.
Yep. Pro
clearly.
lives, baby.
Pulling that one out. So I'm going to stay on the same train since I got the dad. The old man was such a good pick.
Yep. That's tough. It's a tough loss to the board.
Tough to overcome that one.
It is.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to take. God, I only have one left. Shit, that got hard fast.
This is huge.
All
All
right.
around.
I'm just gonna pick with my heart.
Yep.
I'm taking Cameron Diaz from The Holiday. Because of reasons. She showed that she can play in what's that movie where there's something about Mary?
Charlie's Angels.
Oh yeah.
She's at the
Yeah,
range.
something
She's
about
hitting the
Mary.
ball.
Yep.
Sort out the
Yeah.
wrenches.
So
Yeah.
it's going to be a good time, and it's Cameron Diaz. So find the
I
fun.
like it.
And eye candy.
It's good.
Interesting.
Another movie I haven't seen.
What?
So we got Billy
actually not a
Mack.
bad
We
movie.
got the
Holiday
snowman from
hilarious.
Rudolph
Not There's Something About
Oh.
Mary. The
Oh,
Holiday.
okay.
and Cameron Diaz from The Holiday. Interesting picks. Not your traditional Christmas 4-man scramble, but
Nope.
by God, it makes sense on the Clearing Waivers podcast. That is for damn sure. Let's go to Brian. Close out. What's your team?
Well, my anchor on this team
Is you?
is going to take us right down the tubes of good stories and good laughs. I'm going back Christmas Vacation. And it's funny you guys mentioned something about Mary because I'm going Mary, the department store sales lady that talks to Clark Griswold in the mall
There we
for a
go.
while.
There we go.
I want her on my foursome. And if you guys have ever been on a golf tournament where everybody's drinking, if there's any girls around that are they love attention and they're hot, there's going to be some lines being thrown out all day long.
Mhm.
I'm here for all those lines. I mean, Clark Griswold couldn't be creepier in his interaction with her in the mall, and she just played right along with it. Showed showed that there was no line. You see
No
that,
line.
Russ? No line.
No
I
lie.
can't see it, can you?
I mean, I think she's a gamer. She can put up with the creeps. I mean, my team has the old man from the Christmas Story and cousin Eddie, so she's gonna have to be able to roll with the punches. So
And you.
and me.
And you-
Hey, I'm just here to watch. I'm just here to watch.
you can definitely see the old man from A Christmas Story being like, I got a lamp looks like her.
He definitely
say
would be
that-
able to focus.
That might be Billy Bob Thornton's kryptonite in that
Yep.
in that scenario.
Could be.
To be
Give me
married.
Mary, my anchor.
Mary. Well, that's my name.
That's
Oh
my name.
shit. Oh shit. Rants. Close out your team.
My last pick is going to be I'm taking old Marv Merchant from the Wet Bandits.
Sure.
And the reason why I picked him is I think, Marv's not a real bright guy, and it would just be funny listening to Billy Bob or, Willie just berate him all tournament long about how god awful he is and what he looks like and just I want me and Willie to be in the same cart and just ripping on Marv, and he's just not smart enough to catch on, and it's just 18 holes of just him getting just eviscerated, just getting made fun of the whole time.
Just ripping him about how much worse a thief he is than Billy.
Exactly.
Fucking amateur hour.
Great
Yep.
point. Great point.
I like that. Kitty, what do you got?
All right. Well, anyone that knows me and my golf leanings know I'm a big European fan. I mean, even behind me, I got the map of Europe right here. And I'm taking I need a Euro on my team. I'm taking Hans Gruber.
Oh, baby.
Hans Gruber, Josh.
Known loser.
That's my Christmas character.
Yeah.
It's from a Christmas
character.
movie,
Yeah.
Josh.
Apparently
Hans
so.
Gruber from Die Hard.
I will not be triggered by this any further.
I mean,
I'm on to Hallelujah being triggering,
he
not Die Hard.
he probably leaves our group at some point to try to go rob the clubhouse. But that's fine. Whatever.
At gunpoint.
There's
Yeah,
a mark
exactly.
somewhere on this course.
Yeah, he's moving around the course. He quit after hole 3 or 4, but I needed a Euro on my squad to round it out correctly. So.
Yep.
This is definitely a golf tournament. You don't leave your wallet in your golf cart.
No.
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 Nope.
You are in
Not at all.
trouble. This tournament is bad news.
Full of felons.
Yep.
Exactly.
And Burl Ives.
Except Josh's team.
And
Jesus
Burl
and,
Ives.
And then
Santa.
Jesus.
I got
But
Jesus
yeah.
and Santa.
Jesus will save it. He'll
Yeah.
save the whole tournament.
Well, I mean, Santa knows when you're naughty and nice, so I mean, he also is very much a narc in this situation.
True.
Yeah, but his
Um,
punishment is he doesn't give him presents. He doesn't have.
Right.
I mean, they
True.
don't care.
It just fire some coal at your face.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Nobody
if
knows
it's the,
Santa on that level.
If it's the Santa Claus from American Dad, he'll murder you.
Well, I still need to fill my roster out. I still got a lot of jokes I need to fire on or get fired off. So here we go. Jack Frost is a very good pick because he's got ice in his veins.
Wow.
God damn it.
Nailed it.
I don't want to put Scott Calvin from the Santa Claus on my team because he's a known Santa killer.
Mm.
Keep them coming.
Mm.
That's really all I got.
That's a shame. That's a damn shame.
My
It's a
final
quality
pick,
over quantity kind of game for you.
my
That's
final
what I-
pick is old Clark Griswold because he's probably
yeah,
played
yeah.
some golf in his time. He's a classic Christmas character, and when it gets competitive, Clark's got an extra gear.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
going to kick it in, and it's going to get super serious time. So give me Clark Griswold to round out my team.
Clark Griswold is
gonna-
definitely taking 14 swings at the ball in the sand trap at some point.
Yep.
Yep. Oh,
just losing his fucking mind.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna call up the dealer from Vegas Vacation and have him just follow Clark Griswold around the course. Griswold's a 0 the rest of the day. He can't handle himself.
All right. Well, that rounds it out. I'm actually going to try to put a poll out for this week so we can actually get some interaction with you sink pissers out there. So keep an eye out for that on our social medias for the 4-man golf scramble. Who you think's got the best team? It's the one with Jesus and Santa on it. Let's move on to the final shenanigan of the Christmas episode, the best bet.
Because there's a taxidermy.
The best.
Taxidermy, 100% hit rate on laughing for sure.
Every time I hear that, I feel dumber and smarter at the same time. It's weird.
I was listening to your best of that you cut together, and that started rolling, and I was just losing it, man.
Yep.
I was losing it, and I'd heard it before.
The fact that you understand what's happening as it's happening, and then Kitty figures it out, it just
Still hate
makes
it.
it so much
And
funny.
I'm listening. I wasn't even watching it, right? I'm just listening to it, and I can see the confusion on his face, like through the sound of the segment.
It's another good reason that you should be watching us on YouTube, which you may have noticed by now we have formatted, and now we are a legitimate YouTube video podcast. So if you are still listening to the podcast, thank you. You should also check us out on the YouTube channel at the Clearing Waivers, because we are doing some interesting things on there. I've been working real hard trying to make it look good. So we'll see how it's received. But let's get to the best bet. Speaking of being dumb, we are that. Our best bets last week went 1-3. So the cold streak continues. We are just adding up real quick. We are 2-9 on our last 3 weeks. So not too good.
Did I push on mine?
No, you had 8.5, and they won by 8.
The Panthers
That's
covered.
tough.
Yep, not too good. Pretty tough luck. Me and Kitty, our best bets were trash. We got absolutely destroyed real fast. So we've learned our lesson, and we are going to win everything we come across this week. But since Sommer hasn't gone, well, I guess you got first in the waiver wire, but I'm going to have you go first in the best bet segment as well. What's your best bet for the week, Sommer?
So I'm gonna slightly curveball it because I won't be back next week, right? So I'm gonna do something that'll last, since I probably won't be on the show until after this would occur.
A mic
I'm
drop.
gonna give you a future bet.
Okay, I like that.
And I am gonna give you, I'm giving you the Bills plus 1,000 to win the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Because the money on the Chiefs is just bad. It's the number's too low. It's not worth betting it. And all the teams between there's some good stuff. Packers 600, Saints plus 850, but the Bills at plus 1,000. Because it's the only AFC team that I feel like if they play a perfect game, they can beat the Chiefs. I mean, they can score more than 31 points, even if the Chiefs have a 31-point game with that offense, and they've got enough defense. Like if they play a perfect game and the Chiefs don't play the game they should play, I could see the Bills beating them. And I think if they get to the Super Bowl, I think kind of like the Chiefs against the NFC, I feel like whoever wins the AFC this year should be prohibitive favorites to win it all.
Yeah. I they've certainly got some momentum, I think, at this point. And for some reason the Chiefs and Buffalo met in the AFC Championship and Buffalo took them down. They would probably be the odds-on favorite at that point, I think, at that juncture.
Yeah.
Beating the favorite makes you the favorite, I think, at this point. I like it. I like the future outside the box thinking. I like that. I like that all around pick. Very good. Let's go to the last one that got one right, Brian.
That's right, baby. I'm sticking with my Dolphins. They took down the Pats last week. For some reason, Dolphins were only 2.5-point favorites last week against the shitty Pats team. Yep. And they made me sweat for a while because the Patriots stink, but they were still battling with them. The Dolphins laying 2 against the Raiders. Marcus Mariota, I feel like he's going to turn back into a pumpkin here soon because I feel like the Dolphins are a legit good defense, and I don't see the Raiders putting up a whole lot of points in this game. I still am not sold on Tua playing this game. I feel like if the Dolphins were honest with themselves, they would say, if we want to make a real run this year, Fitzmagic should be our guy for the rest of this year, and then we can talk about Tua next year. I feel like Fitzmagic is our better quarterback right now, but I still think Tua will be good enough to beat the Raiders. The Raiders are frauds, even though I gave them credit for beating the Chiefs. and giving us hell the second time. They only play good against us. I feel.
Ever since that game, they have shit the bed like 3 straight weeks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Miami -2 does seem like a pretty good bet at this point.
Which means you should bet Raiders.
Right.
Yeah, we all like the Dolphins right now, so yeah.
That's right. Let's go to Kitty. Kitty, what's your best bet?
Well, I'm going to take a team that couldn't have looked worse last week, and that is the Los Angeles Rams.
Mm.
I mean, lost to the winless Jets. That is a low point in your season.
Embarrassing.
Not
That
good,
is
Bob.
awful.
Beyond bad.
Just
They've
3
got a-
weeks ago, I think they were in my top 5.
Yep.
Yeah, they're mine. Yeah, so who knows? So now they've got a huge game at Seattle, and they've beat Seattle quite a bit over the last couple of years.
Yep.
And so I'm going to take Rams plus 1.5 at Seattle.
I like that
Yep.
because we've already seen Ramsey shut down DK once.
Yep.
Right, and then I mean that D line is going to you assume abuse.
Obliterate.
Donald will
Seattle
be in his
O-line.
lunch all day.
Yep.
So I like them to take them down.
I
And
like
usually
that.
Goff doesn't throw up 2 stinkers in a row like that. So I feel like he can be the average quarterback this week. They'll get it done.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great game.
I don't think I never heard anybody talk about the Rams Jets game being a trap game, but maybe it was a look
been.
forward to the Seattle Seahawks game.
Yep, a look past
Could be.
game. Yep.
Yep. Rants, what do you got for best bet?
Well, I'm going to go, and this is the game that I'm really looking forward to watching out of all the NFL games. And I'm going with the Titans 3.5 on the road in Green Bay. They're getting plus 3.5. I mean, you guys talk about the Bills, but man, that Titans offense doesn't get near enough credit. They've
It's
scored.
scary, yeah.
They've scored over 40 points 4 times this year. They've only scored less than 24 points 2 other times. I mean, that team can flat score. They're coming, Green Bay's coming off a couple games where they haven't looked as good. Won by a touchdown, back and forth game against Detroit. Really stunk it up after those first 2 drives against the Panthers. Really didn't do much of anything. I know Tennessee's defense is a little suspect, but they can score with anybody. And I think they're playing as good as anybody in the NFL right now. And Derrick Henry, I mean, he's unstoppable. So, I mean,
That's wild.
I don't know. I can see Tennessee winning that game outright. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry, the real cinnamon popcorn, the king.
I like
I
that.
like that pit a lot. I think you
Yeah.
want
I
to take
mean-
the team getting 3.5 no matter
Yeah.
what.
That'll be a fun game to
Watching-
watch.
yeah.
'Cause if it
Derrick
could be
Henry,
a good game-
MVP.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
You're
it's
trolling.
Patrick, but- yeah, it's
Man,
Patrick.
He's pushing almost 2,000 yards. It's not out of the realm.
Yeah.
It's
had
not
another-
out of the realm.
Another
Patrick
day
Mahomes
of
is throwing
shoving
chest
a-
passes. For
I mean,
touchdowns.
but-
go.
Just asking.
I don't see anybody else that's been throwing guys in multiple defenders to the ground with a stiff arm. Like he doesn't just stiff arm
He's
you. He
looking
grabs
for
you
it
and
now,
throws
too.
you down. to the
Oh, yeah.
ground.
Just abusing people.
He is
Making you look like
daring a D-back
Pee-wee
to try to
football.
tackle him just so he can
Yeah.
put your soul into the earth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it.
He's playing like when I play my 5-year-old son in Madden every once in a while. I'll just line him up. I'll just line him up and hit stick him because I can.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Just make him fumble, take the ball, score 6. He's like, what? It's like, yeah, a little bit of hardship, son.
Dad asserting dominance on the household
Yeah.
once
When the
again.
game gets too close, I just, boom.
How was your weekend, Johnny? Oh, Dad took me to the woodshed and Madden again, just mercilessly pounding me.
Pick up your sticks, son.
Yes.
We finished the game in this house. 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to bring us home. I have not won one in 3 weeks,
You're due.
and just
Gambler's
like the
fallacy.
Pittsburgh Steelers have not won one in 3 weeks, I'm going to pick Indianapolis to cover 1.5 against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
That line has since moved. When I got it at 1.5, it immediately jumped up to 2. I don't know where it is now, but I'm riding the wave of that awful Monday Night Football performance that offense put on display. Pittsburgh opened at 3.5 point favorites. Let me look at what it's at now. Now it's still at 2. So Pittsburgh opened at 3-point favorites, and now they're +2. I can't imagine that Pittsburgh is going to just bounce back. Every time they meet a decent defense this year, they've put up shit points. They've averaged 16.3 points per game these last 3 weeks. 1 against a good defense, 1 average defense, and 1 bad defense. Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But they cannot stop the bleeding, and Indianapolis defense is 5th in defensive DVOA, and also Indianapolis has put up 32.3 points per game in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Granted, 2 of those weeks against the Texans, but I think since Jonathan Taylor has gotten cooking, that team has found a rhythm, and I think they're going to absolutely smack Pittsburgh in the face.
They got that 1-2 quarterback punch, man.
They really do. Who'd have thought that the Colts were so galaxy brain that they thought their backup quarterback was a fullback?
Phillip Rivers and Jacoby Brissett together are an entire quarterback.
Very interesting.
They're paying one $25 million and the other one probably like $2 million.
Yeah.
Rivers is surely due to cost him a game.
Yeah, that's
He's
true. It's
over-
been a couple
he's
weeks.
overdue.
But
So-
that would require Pittsburgh to actually put points on the board.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I haven't seen a good
That's
Phil
true,
Rivers
too.
fourth quarter interception in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he did it the first week against when they lost to Jacksonville, which is a
Yep.
crazy thing. But that was Jacksonville's win this year. Was
That's
He did a
Jacksonville's
couple
dead to
against
me.
Cleveland too. When they lost in Cleveland,
Yep.
I know he threw a couple
That's
crucial
true.
ones there.
Yep. So I think that's a good round of best bet. We got some interesting things to kind of sort through, but I look forward to seeing how that all turns out. We're gonna turn things around, baby. This week is the week. Christmas has come for all of us, and we're gonna cash in big this week. But
We don't
you
want
lose it
Summers
all-
to cash at all.
not
No.
really.
No.
I want to go 4-0 this week, and don't worry
that's a
about
value.
it.
That's
Yeah.
a value pick. That's all
When you
that is.
go
That's
0-4 this week, you can turn around and put your next week. Just put all of it on the Browns plus 3,000.
There you go. Yep. Yep.
Let's get crazy.
You start
just go for
cooking
it.
with peanut oil at that point. But that's going to do it for the Clearing Waivers Podcast Christmas episode. We do want to take the time to again thank each and every one of you sink pissers. I hope my golf partner Santa Claus brings you all the sinks to piss in your stockings. I hope they're reinforced in concrete, but I hope that everyone gets what they're looking for this year of all years in 2020. I do hope that you have a very, very great Christmas and a happy holiday. From Rance and Brian and Kitty and Summer, go check out the Heartland Pod on anywhere you find your podcast. Go check out Heartland Strong, see what they're doing. We appreciate you joining us, Summer, once again. But from all of us here at the Clearing Waivers Podcast, happy holidays. Ta-ta for now.
The day is done. Now the night has begun. Nerves in a restless crowd. The burning sun. Now nowhere to be found. Deep underground. 'Cause I have faith that nobody else can protect you, no. Our page is burning, we'll all be dead under virgin snow. I have faith that nobody else can protect you, no. Our page is burning, we'll all be dead under virgin snow. So hold your body close to the flames. Don't go so haughty, walking away. Hold A page is burning, we'll all be dead under virgin snow. I have faith that nobody else can protect you, no. My page is burning, we'll all be dead under virgin snow. So hold your body close to the flames. Don't go somebody walking away. Hold your body close to the flames. Don't go somebody walking away. Hold your body close to the flame.